I know we've all seen people on TikTok who have created their own clothing brand and they're making upwards to thousands to 10,000s to hundreds of thousands of dollars per year with their clothing brand. So this video, I'm going to break it down in a step-by-step guide on how you guys can start a clothing brand in 2023 and make thousands of dollars from it. Let's dive right into the video. Now, the first step is to define your brand identity. Now, every single clothing brand has this, and if you look at just any brand in the entire world, all of them have an identity. So let's take Nike, for example. They have a slogan, which everybody knows, and they have their brand identity, which includes their logos, their designs, their colors, and everything they actually sell. Now, Nike is such a big company and they sell so many products. And for you, if you're starting a clothing brand, you're only going to sell the most basic products, which is probably just sweatshirts, t-shirts, shorts, pants, and possibly even shoes. But the first step is to identify your brand identity. And with this, you need to create a logo. You need to find your colors. You have to determine what you're going to sell. You need a slogan if you even need to have that one. And you need to make these unique. You can't just copy, let's just say Nike's logo and reverse it. You need to create your own logo that is unique to you so that if anyone sees it, they're going to be like, oh, I know that company. Because whenever anybody sees the check mark that Nike has on a shoe, they're going to be like, oh, he's wearing Nikes and stuff like that. So you need to find a brand identity that is going to be unique to you so that when people see other people wearing it, they're like, oh, I know that company, that's this and this. Now, a lot of people put too much thought into this, and actually you don't need to put too much thought into it at all. All you have to do is find a logo or a brand identity and design that isn't too similar to others, because it has to be unique to you, and it has to be one that people are going to like. If it's too much of a logo, like nowadays people are going simpler and all these logos are just a basic symbol or a letter. So what you guys need to do is just find a clean symbol. It doesn't have to be too good. You can literally just go into Canva and make a design and make a logo in literally 5 minutes. And once you have this brings us on to step number 2, which is market research. Now, once you have all of your designs down, your logo, and also this doesn't have to be too good, you can always change or make improvises and upgrade this logo later, but you have to research the market and see what people are interested in and what people will buy, and also what prices people will buy at. So I know on TikTok, a lot of people are promoting their clothing brand. They have TikTok pages and they have influencers wearing their clothing designs. And what you guys have to do is research. You have to find out what people are buying and what is popular, because if something is trending and blowing up on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube at the moment, there's always a reason why. You need to find out why people are buying this, why those videos are going viral, and why people are going to buy it at a certain price, because I've seen so many clothing brands and clothing pieces that are hella overpriced. Now, what you guys need to do is find out why it's going to be overpriced like that. Like if someone is going to pay $59 for a pair of shorts when they can just go to the store and buy it for like $12, you need to find out what makes this so good that people are willing to spend almost $60 on a pair of shorts. Is it the logo? Is it the design? Is it just because they want to support the creator or the owner of the clothing brand? This is what you need to find out. And once you have found these out, you have to take these strategies and apply it to your own brand. You know, you can either undercut the prices, you can make the designs similar but not too similar. Now, once you have the first couple steps that I did mention, this is where the next step comes into play. Step number 3 is having a business plan. And without a business plan, or just a plan in general, everything you do is pretty much going to fail, because you have no guidance and you have no outline of what you're going to want to do. So for a business plan, a well-structured business plan is going to guide you in the entire process of your clothing brand. Now, what this needs to include is your goals, including how much money you plan to make and want to make, what you want to happen with the clothing brand, whether it's how many sales you get, how many visitors you get to your store, or just how many views you get on your TikTok videos. And it should also include marketing. Just like on TikTok, like I just said, it needs to include marketing. It needs to include basically everything that you plan to do with this business. Now, this can take time. Just like I said in the earlier parts of this video, you need to go on other people's social medias, preferably other brands that are either small or not too big. You have to find out what they're doing and sort of copy exactly their process. You can just go to the first video and see how their marketing leveled up from their first couple of videos to the videos that went viral, the videos that did better, got more engagement, and how they actually got their followers. And you are going to copy this and implement the exact same strategy. Now, getting into the actual designing and the clothing parts of this video, to actually find and make designs, the first thing you need to do is go and find a supplier. And this can be later in the video once you have designs, but I'm just going to make it first because a supplier can either make or break your clothing brand, and you need to find reliable suppliers that ship out high quality clothing pieces. Now, you will have to test this, and clothing brands cannot just be made overnight. You have to test continuously on whether it's high quality or not, because you are going to have to ship this to your house, and if you don't like it, you're going to have to repeat the process with different suppliers, or if the same supplier ups their quality, and it's going to take months of testing. Because if you never see the product, and then let's just say one of your TikTok videos go viral and you get $1,000 in sales, but then when people eventually get your clothing and the quality sucks, and like let's just say the shorts rip or something is just so bad about them, people are going to charge back and want their money back, and ultimately you're not going to make any money. You're actually going to lose money, because when people charge back, especially with clothing, and they send it back to you, there's no use for that to you. It's not like you're going to send that back to the supplier and get your own money back. So at the end of the day, you're going to take a loss. Now, you have to find these good suppliers on AliExpress or Alibaba. I recommend that second option, Alibaba, because if you order in bulk, which can actually be better, you will actually save so much money. Because let's just say you're ordering 1,000 at once, let's just say it's going to be 55 cents each, versus if you order 200 at once, it's going to be like $3 per piece. So the more you order in bulk, the more money you're going to save. And with a supplier, you have to find someone, just like I said, test for months on whether the quality of the clothing is good and the supplier is reliable. Because in the end, if you don't have a good supplier, you don't have high quality clothing designs, your clothing brand will fail. Now, the first thing that you need to do with actually starting the clothing is find out what you want to sell. Now, once you have what you want to sell, whether it is shirts, sweatshirts, shorts, could be socks, underwear, any of that stuff, you have to ultimately find a design. Because once you have the supplier that is going to supply and put the designs on the clothing pieces, this is where you need your designs. And for designs, you guys can design these in so many places, whether it be on Canva or Photoshop or other high quality and, you know, just professional programs. I know there are tons out there. You can even just go on Photoshop or something, but Canva is going to be the easiest to use. And to actually design something, that is where your creativity leads you. You can find inspiration on TikTok, like I said, because there's so many people selling it, you know, on Instagram, or you can literally just search up a shop.com, and then you can literally just go through their clothing and see what you like, and see like just inspiration, so that you can literally almost copy people's things, but, you know, add your own spin on it, because copyright is real and they will get you, especially if you're going to start making good money with it, or even money at all. And with the designs, I'm not going to talk too much about it, just because the entire design process is going to be lit up to you. I personally don't have my own clothing brand, but if this video hits 1,000 likes, I will start a clothing brand for 30 days and market it on TikTok, and I will make a video on it showing exactly how much money I potentially make with that. So if you are enjoying the video so far and you do want me to create a video on a clothing brand, how much money I make with it, like this video. Also subscribe if you guys are new and like this type of content. It greatly helps me out. But on to the next parts of the video. This is where you need to determine the finances and all of that. So with this, you have to determine how much from the supplier it's going to cost to make and how much you're going to sell. Just like I said in the earlier parts of this video, you guys need to find out the inspiration for how much money you're going to sell your certain things at. Always undercut people's prices if your designs are going to be good, because if you undercut their prices, people are going to be like, oh, this one's cheaper than this one, so most likely I'm going to buy from this one, just hoping it's the same quality as what they were going to buy. Just like on Amazon, if you see the same product just with a little bit of a different brand or variation for $30 less, of course you are going to buy that $30 less product, because you're saving money on it. And especially with clothing, people don't like spending too much unless they want to look rich, so they will obviously go for the lower price. And with that, you have to determine how much, just like I said, it's going to cost per item, and what your margins are. And what margins are is how much you're going to sell it for and how much it costs to make, and that ultimately that profit is going to be the difference between those two. Now, the next step for this video and for your clothing brand is marketing, and no clothing brand is going to succeed in 2023 and going forward if you don't have a strong social media presence. Now, because you're starting a clothing brand, you are going to have a 100% chance of not selling physically in a store. Now, all these big places like Nike, Adidas, they actually sell in, you know, so many stores across the United States. days, I believe it's thousands. They sell on Walmart, Targets, all of this stuff. But you, because you're starting a clothing brand, you're not going to have any stores, so you're going to have an online store, and nobody is going to know about your store without you having a strong social media presence. The only way people are going to click onto your website and buy one of your products is through social media. And I'm talking, you guys need an Instagram, you need a Facebook, potentially a YouTube shorts are going crazy right now and you can promote them on there. TikTok, Instagram, get a Twitter page potentially. Not too many people use Twitter for clothing brands, but for social media, you know, each social media channel has millions and millions of users. TikTok has over 500 million daily active users, so TikTok of course is going to be the main one that you need to use, and you need to post videos on your clothing brand, whether the clothing pieces or how they fit on you, or just get paid ads for that at least 3 times per day a video. Because if you don't start off strong and if you're not consistent and you're not posting, nobody is going to buy your clothing pieces. You know, I've just like drop shipping, if you don't make videos on this, nobody's going to see your product and nobody's going to buy the product, and the same principle applies here. So get a strong social media presence. Without that, nobody is going to even know about your store. No one's going to randomly know that it exists. They're not going to randomly be like, oh, like let me find new clothing pieces. No, they're going to find a video on TikTok. They're going to be like, yo, this would look good on me. Then they're going to click on your store and potentially buy the product, and that's how the process works. So stay consistent on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Continuously post, and you need to look like a brand. You don't need to look like someone who's selling low quality clothing. You need to look like an actual brand. There's a reason Nike has millions of followers on Instagram, because they look like a brand. Even though Nike doesn't actually make the products and they have the products from a supplier and they just put the Nike logo on it, you are going to do the same thing. You're just going to put your own logo on it and you're going to sell it for a high price so you make a profit. Now the next one is how you're actually going to sell this, which ultimately is the sales part of the video, and this is how you do it is through e-commerce, which e-commerce is basically just electronic sales, is selling things online. And with this, you can go with tons of different websites, because I know so many websites allow you to sell things online, but the biggest and the best one is known as Shopify. You guys can sign up on shopify.com for the next 3 months for only $1 a month, which is an amazing deal. So you guys basically have to pay nothing out of pocket. You can save money if you don't have money already from just starting a business. So go to shopify.com, not sponsored, not an ad, no affiliate link, just go there, sign up for the $1 per month trial for 3 months. You guys can start selling for basically no money. And Shopify allows you to sell. If you aren't familiar with Shopify, you can look up YouTube videos. I've tried drop shipping and I have so many videos sort of explaining it, not like too much in depth, but you know, just go on YouTube, search up, you know, how Shopify works if you don't already. It's pretty easy and pretty simple to set up and use. And Shopify has a section where you can literally just add items that you want to sell. You know, you just add the photos, you just add a description, a title, all of that, and it's you can make a website with it and you can make it look clean. And there's so many videos on YouTube that actually show that how to make your clothing brand store actually look amazing too. So go check those out if you aren't familiar with that, and let's move on to the next part of the video. After you have your designs, you have your store set up, you have your social media marketing channels like TikTok and Instagram, and basically you have your full brand set up, but there's only one problem, and that's you're not getting sales yet. So what you need to do to lock in these sales after you have all of these set up, you need to make your website look professional, and with that you need to add in some customer support and just make your website look professional. So once you have a contact page, you need to set up your policies like a privacy policy, terms of service, a refund policy, a shipping policy, to show your visitor all of these things so that they don't feel like they're getting scammed and that it looks professional. You need to tell them how much the shipping time is going to be, whether it's from 3 to 5 days or 7 to 10 days. It needs to be visible on their website, because if it's not, people aren't going to buy from your store because they feel like they're getting scammed. You need to have a good email, a good website. You need to have a www.brandname.com website. You don't need to have any of that .myshopify.com. Pay the extra money to make sure your website and your brand looks more professional, and get a good email. Don't get a @gmail.com, get a @yourbrand.com like I have. I have my YouTube channel, matt@mattwild.com, so feel free to send me an email if you guys have any questions on that, or just leave them in the comment section below. And once you have all these steps in the video like I listed, being social media channels, setting up a website, getting good designs, and ultimately having a good business plan, that is it for the video. And if you guys did enjoy, like and subscribe to my channel, because it does greatly help out. And if you do enjoy this type of content, comment that down below. And just like I said earlier in the video, if we hit 1,000 likes, I will be starting a clothing brand for 30 days and showing you exactly how much money I made. So like this video up if you do want to see that video. Now, as always, my name is Matt, and I will see you guys in the next video.